The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Excuse me? It's 2 p.m. on day 9? Alright, that's a bit of a leap forward in time. God damn. Also, for a second there, I was like, cool, the soldiers are taking over. How bad could it be, right? And then he did what looked a lot like a Nazi salute, and I'm like, oh, that's not a great first impression, man. Alright, so I guess they didn't take very kindly to me, and they fucked up my face, although it's not reflected in this. Maybe I'm mostly okay. Total death tolls nearly 4,000 people. It all ends in less than 4 days. Is that my day 9 letters? Oh my god. Harrisbeck's choice. We've already read that one. Evening letter from the Inquisitor. When did that even get to me, honestly? The army will arrive any moment now. I am worried about Block. There is a good reason people compare him to Attila the Hun. But with all that, he is a man of honor. If he finds out that his orders were issued with the sole purpose of creating an illusion of safety and care for the common benefit, he may decide to punish the powers that be by carrying out the request as literally as possible. This kind of decision on his behalf is bound to interfere with our plans. Please keep this in mind when you speak to him. Undoubtedly he's going to tell you that I am pulling your strings, that I am not a person to be trusted. Do not oppose him. Agree with everything he says insofar as it helps you drive his thoughts away from vengeance. It seems that I am slightly more humane than I thought, so I'd rather avoid having to destroy the town completely. I think you would concur that the less collateral damage there is, the better. The town is not a pleasant sight, I grant you, but still, it is alive. Take care, Aglaya Lilich. So many letters. Aglaya's invitation. Because of what happened yesterday, I can't help but feel worried about you. Please don't rush headlong into your independent investigation. Keep in mind that the army is a force to be reckoned with, and any mistake we make may well be our last. What we need to do is wait and collate our observations. I'll be waiting for you at the cathedral. Victor. I wish I could start this letter on a happier note, Bachelor, but I am utterly crestfallen. There is hardly a more harrowing discovery than to look back on the life you have lived and see how little you have managed to do. I am almost out of time, and the only thing I want is to pass whatever it was that gave you meaning to my existence onto somebody else. Unsurprisingly, I see no better man to confide in than yourself. Please come to me when you can. P.S. I hope the tower will open up before you. It is very important. Lara? Please do come to the shelter. I know how preoccupied you are, how exhausted, but the matter is of great importance. I hope this will be the last thing I ask of you. Your Lara. Oh boy, all of them want to visit. Anna. Bachelor, I sincerely urge you to visit me at Willow's as soon as you can. We have serious business that needs taken care of. Pay no heed to those slandering me. Everything is different now. The fact of the matter is, we have an opportunity to save the life of one of your closest associates. An angel. Yulia. Allow me to invite you to Trammel, Bachelor, for your own benefit, of course, since the matter I'd like to discuss has a bearing on yesterday's happenings. Make haste, Bachelor. Time is of the essence. 3 more parties are playing this particular game, and we may easily find ourselves outpaced. Shit. I have to look at the map and like plan a route that visits 5 different characters. Alright, and that's after I talk to this guy who might have his own goal for me to look at or something.
You are not the only healer here.
Commander. Huh. At first I thought anyone who doesn't have text here is probably not very important, but he's clearly important, so I think it's just that he doesn't, people in town don't have existing opinions of him, I guess. Although you'd think that maybe there'd be something said by the Inquisitor here? I don't know. I'm glad you made it back, Bachelor Dukhovsky. What were you doing in the abattoir? I was looking for you. That's some timing. Is that so? Ex-Governor Saburov told me where to look for you this night. I seek your advice. What have you discovered about the epidemic? Can it be stopped? And what can the army do to that end? I never expected you to be so straightforward. I don't want to be an arrogant fool who listens to no one, courtesy of a big gun like the one I have on the sidelines near the station. You are an expert. I want to hear your expert take on the current state of affairs. The situation is out of my hands now. The Inquisitor is my enemy. Evidence mounts by the hour. I have no further desire to listen to my enemies. A dog should never trust a cat. Fire should never trust water. And I, a battlefield general, will not trust Inquisitors. But why? Do you have any idea how many traps Inquisitors spin into their webs? The truth will be beyond your wildest expectations. Well, I am not a puppet. I suspect, however, that I have already been made into one. I suspect that even the words I'm uttering now are merely part of her calculations. I think you're exaggerating. I mean, to the point of what he just said, yeah. That's some next level stuff. I feel a fighting man in you. Someone who thinks before he strikes. Someone who takes responsibility for his blows. Who chose a worthy opponent and is capable of vanquishing it. We are two warriors, and it is our task to deal with the evil threatening to spread across this whole country from here. I'm doing my duty, no need to blow things out of proportion. And the conversation ends abruptly.
We fought a just, defensive war, and now they want to turn us into a punitive expedition, into corpsmen.
Tell me, Alexander, what are your intentions concerning the polyhedron? A terrible structure on the other side of the river? Terrible. Don't you like it? How does it even stand upright? Made possible by an ingenious architectural solution, I suppose. I am not sure yet. And what's inside? A 1,000 children, give or take. They are hiding from the infection. And who is looking after these children? That's the point. No one is. They might try all sorts of tricks. If they try anything massive and disruptive to the public order, we'll have to subdue them by force. Don't worry, no one's going to shoot them. But you have to agree that the rascals deserve something more persuasive than a simple spanking. I'll try to keep them from doing anything rash. Why did you bring this subject up? I wanted to ask you two things of you. First, do not disturb them with your attention. Leave that to me. And second, should they try anything stupid, such as... I don't know. If you hear strange sounds from that direction, or if they send messengers, anything, just consult me first. I'm staying here until the end. Very well. You have my word. Day 9 in which the town's occupied in words, children ask for the Bachelor's help for the first time ever. Oh, that's happening today.
The weapon security must be tightened.
Hey, it's the map. The same one that I use. Ah. Not that one. That one. All those tunnels. God damn, is that how big the boobs are? The abattoir thing? The strange thing that looks a lot like a heart, honestly. Oh man. Anna, Yulia, Lara, Victor. Who am I missing? Anna, Yulia, Lara, Victor, Aglaya. So the only one missing on this map right now is Aglaya. Oh, I'm really awkwardly located too. Damn. If I was up here, I'd like do a straight line through all of them, but I'm in the middle of all of them more or less. So there's not really a clean path. I could intentionally get the redundant part of the path out of the way and go to Anna first, then come back and go to each of these in turn, but I have no idea what task they might give me. So any of them could tell me to do something that itself sends me on really convoluted paths. That means we make a new save. As we visit the weird opera screen. Hello, I am American Soldier Man. Hoorah. They're just all identical. We don't normally get a lot of animation during the cutscenes. It's a lot of like a camera, like usually weird music plays while a camera jumps around a series of characters. Oh, that was a gunshot. Oh shit. Stop that. I just... asshole. My exhaustion's up. Great. Wow, there's soldiers everywhere. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, he's got a bunker. These soldiers really suck. Got him. You're welcome, shitty. The other guy wasn't even looking in the right direction. You idiot. Alright, well, we're definitely not sleeping today, so... is it rations? Yes. Got me some extra. Look at this guy. Can I talk to these guys? No. Oh, this is interesting. Right when I'm talking about how, because of the repetition, I should probably edit more of the game out. The repetition reduces when they instantly add these guys in. Okay. Hello, army soldiers. I'm guessing that the arsonists are going to be less of a threat. Wasn't that... oh shit. Was that where a water supply was once? Hey, can you repair my clothes because they're in bad shape? Oh, I think Sabarov's in trouble. Would you kindly mend my clothes, dear? There we go. Sabarov's not one of my bound, though. It's the Canes, the Stamatins, Maria, Ava, Mark. And Maria is just one of the Canes also, right? Why'd she call Maria Cana instead of Maria Kane? It's really just, it really just is the... it's just the Stamatins and the Canes. And Mark Immortal, who seems to be literally immortal, so I'm not really that worried about him. Why is the person listed here keep changing? Oh, if you value their lives, we'll find a way to fulfill your current goal until nightfall. Oh, I think they're saying that if I fail today's quest each day, the person on the top of this list is the one that goes sick? That would make sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Because it was Victor yesterday, and today is Georgie. I didn't really put that together until just now, and we're really late in the game, so it's kind of a silly... oh my god, dude has range. I'm a little late to try to put that together, but I think that's what that means, is that... the person who's on the list on the top of the bound list is the one who will go sick if you fail, which I've never failed. Oh my god, he just shot that guy in the head. It's weird having so many guns around all of a sudden. Coffee! The thing I might very specifically need very heavily right now. Coffee. Like, hello?
What?
Stamatin. What an unimportant... They're just not very important. It's cool that the Stamatins made the cool tower, but aside from that, the Stamatins don't seem to do anything, like, so far at least. We're already on day 9 of 12. Like, we're 75% of the way through this campaign, going by that number. And the Stamatins have so far done very little besides their little subplot with Ava, where Ava herself doesn't seem particularly integral to the plot. I'm surprised how much my bound are kind of side characters.
What?
People are supposed to help each other. That I believe firmly. You may perish yourself, but you should help your fellow being. Extend a hand today to thy neighbor, and he will do the same for you tomorrow. And even if he doesn't, so what? The giver's own virtues will be his consolation all the more. Well, well, do go on. Your words are music to my ears. You know, Vlad the Younger recently went through a dramatic metamorphosis. His eyes burn bright, his words are brave, his acts so noble. It all paints a great picture of him. He used to be a cynical leech, and now he is a hero. So why wouldn't I follow his example? Give away what little I have left. Count me in. Commendable, Anna. But how are you going to do that? Well, I have procured what Lara asked for. Voila! A small weapon for self-defense. Oh no need to thank me. I got it practically for free, you know, from the previous owner. But there's more. If you deliver this present to Lara anonymously, I will gladly give away the most valuable thing I own. My panacea. Why? Lara needs it for self-defense. She's afraid of the soldiers. You must give it to her in secret, no questions asked, and no names mentioned. When you deliver the pistol to Lara, come back for your reward. I don't mind parting with it anymore. These lines. That sounds mighty suspicious. Hey, it's just girls' business, alright? Anyway, I wanted to do a good deed for once. Wash away my old stains, so to speak. And that's what I get in return. You won't even appreciate my sacrifice. And I promise to give you the panacea. The sample that I got from Vlad the Younger. Fine. Give me the little thing, I'll deliver it to Lara. Oh, it's a micro gun.
Have you met ominous people in circus costumes here?
Why do you look at me with such disapproval? Have I done something wrong? Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten, Anna. Ever heard this proverb? Oh. We're accusatory. Okay, so she wants me to take a gun to Lara as a gift. And she's willing to give as a reward her cure. Kind of handy. I might be able to use resources like that in the future. If one of my bound gets sick, I'm going to need all of those I can get, assuming they work. I only have successfully accumulated one schmouter. I wish I had two. Bit frustrating. I had two schmouters, or I had one before that I used. That was back when I had playing this game is a constant process of just getting more and more accurate of ideas of what the hell the game is. And one of the things I thought was that being sick is a bad thing and you have to avoid getting sick. And admittedly, the longer you can avoid getting sick at the beginning of the playthrough, the better off you are, but you just get powdered, you just get constantly bombarded with the shit all campaign long. So I think most people playing are probably sick all the time to some extent. So the schmouter was kind of useless for me. I could have just as easily used a much less expensive thing to reduce my illness. But I didn't know that.
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
So nice of you to drop by. What did your visit to the military reveal? Did you get to meet Alexander the Great? Was he a man of astute mind, vigorous imagination, and refined sense of humor? Please be as sincere as possible. The subject is of significant interest to me. Why? My field of inquiry is ever the same. I am testing a theory which concerns what I refer to as the tripwires of fate. You know I am a bit of a fatalist, don't you? Anyway, in order to further test my hypothesis, I will require your assistance with one of my enterprises. Apart from its sheer scientific value, this whole business will rid Lara Ravel of whatever is troubling her. Moreover, with a bit of luck, an innocent life will be saved. Everyone wants to help Lara specifically. No, really. Wait till you hear this one. Lara Ravel conspires to assassinate the commander. She's so naive, our Lara, barely able to keep her operation a secret. Half the town is aware that she seeks to purchase a firearm. No one would sell her one, of course. And why has she chosen such a target? Ludicrous, is it not? The man was wounded 4 times in the Karstov fords, which did nothing to impede him. He emerged a victor, regardless of the grenade fragment which sat bone deep in his flesh. And there she is expecting a hero as such to be killed by a pellet, which would hardly suffice to put a dent in his uniform. That's not what I meant. What's her problem with the commander? Perhaps she believes that she represents a kind of universal evil, an ultimate annihilator who has arrived with the only purpose of reducing the town to rubble. If only he was killed, Lara thinks, it would provide us with a much-needed delay. After all, the medicine was already researched, she thinks. Was it, though? I don't know. Just wait until you've heard it all. The commander was informed by some unknown benefactor that there will be an attempt on him soon, along with everything else. The note contained a request. If the assassin proves to be a woman, she must not be killed. The weapon of the assassin, the note said, will be a harmless toy, and whoever wields it will not deserve anything more than a short-term imprisonment. And how do you know about the anonymous letter, or are you its author? Why would you insinuate such a thing? I have absolutely nothing to do with the letter. It was someone else, someone very involved with this whole affair, just like the rest of the parties. This person acts in good faith and conscience. Including the informer? I doubt you can convince me of that. It is well known that Block is as chivalrous as they come. If the hapless assassin is guaranteed safety, the unbeknownst correspondent has promised to let the commander know the name of the culprit, and therefore spare him the tiresome necessity to seize every single person to appear within firing range. I don't think you would be too disappointed to learn that the letter was written by none other than Anna. That dirty creature. Don't be too harsh on her. She's a thespian, a child, eager to entertain her whims. The assassin will be an utter fiasco. The military will be forewarned, and the gun that Lara has obtained will not fire. They will treat Lara as they treat women they believe to be hysterical or deranged. They're going to lock her up. But what does Anna have to gain from this? What is her deal? No, Yulia, you're not being entirely honest. Ask her if you don't believe me. Anna's eccentricity is borderline hysterical. She is scared, perhaps, and eager to get on the good side of whoever she believes to be holding the most authority. Very well, but what does this have to do with testing your fatalistic theories? The commander wants to know who the woman is. Just tell him the assassin is me. Tell him that whoever else comes to shoot him with a weapon that does not fire is merely a madwoman, keen to sacrifice herself for me. The reason I have plotted an asinine scheme like this is that I need to be placed under house arrest as soon as possible. I'd rather not tell you why I need that. Under house arrest? And what if they shoot you? The man who won the Battle of the Fords is going to shoot me. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing at all to fear from him. Because you're a fatalist and not afraid of death, right? Don't lie to me, Yulia. This is dangerous. This is the best option, still. I know Laura too well. No one will be able to stop her. She will find a gun sooner or later. On the other hand, your cooperation may net you Anna's panacea, in addition to my own, since Anna was the third person offered a vial. I guessed it right. Although I knew that from the previous conversation, basically. I don't know. It still doesn't seem like the brightest of ideas. There's no reason to worry. This whole affair will hurt no one. Quite the opposite, in fact. Everyone will benefit from it. Everyone including yourself. I don't really need this vial of panacea, you see. I may be very well persuaded to hand it over. I think I'll talk with Anna first. It seems to me you're plotting her demise.
As the mind endeavors to reach one goal, the heart insensibly drags us towards another.
I've got the jitters. What with all this excitement? Fortunately, everything seems to have worked out just as I was intended to. For if a single minuscule blunder... Oh, if for a single minuscule blunder. Good luck, Yulia. You being sneaky, Yulia? It's not even today's quest, it's a bunch of surprise things. The 3 Parse. Anna, Yulia, and Laura. Oh boy. And quick save. I think this is going to get complicated quickly. Alright. Time to immediately retrace my steps. Basically, it seems that, as often the case, really, a couple of more powerful, or at least more intelligent and more engaged individuals are basically playing games with the lives of Lara, who seems to be continually treated as such. People making decisions all around her, about her. So once again, I gotta figure out who the hell's telling the truth between these two people, Anna and Yulia, for the sake of Lara, before I wander over and give her a gun. I feel like this quest is kind of crazy, because it kind of comes down to, like, what order you visit these characters in, which seems really variable to me. Whatever went to Lara first, I guess I wouldn't have the gun. I guess that works out. Shall we barter, perhaps? I've already got some of that stuff. I'm holding on to the girly items until somebody gives me a schmouter. Which is hard. The little girl is so rare. I never see her anywhere. Frustrating, actually. Oh, my health. Coffee's so bad for you. I have to just... This is my first time not sleeping at all. Just have to get away with not sleeping because the day is already like half over. When am I gonna make my way to the theater? But the theater shouldn't even be playing, but they said there was a new theater.
I don't want to undress. What if there's something scary on my skin?
An uneasy conscience betrays itself, Anna. This is another folk saying. They said that I could ask Anna, but Anna doesn't have anything to say. Shit. That was a wasted trip. Anna asked me to give a small pistol to Lara, ostensibly for protection, but the reward she's promising is too much for a simple errand. That's what threw me off too. She was like, here's a panacea. And for what reason? Because you give a weapon to somebody? It seems questionable.